Hello and welcome to Train Sim TV. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the all new Class 755 Flirt from Alan Thomson Simulation. It's in association with ANDGames as well, and Goo was involved with the modelling, as was with the 745. Now the 745, if you haven't seen that video, we did do a video on the release. It'll be popping up anytime now, but today it's the turn of the 755. I think it's been about a year, more or less, I think, since the previous release. Now this one comes with an upgraded Wherry Lines, so it puts it into the modern era. So the Wherry Lines, when the Flirts came around, there was an upgrade. Semaphores went, modern signalling came in, and some other changes like bits and pieces around like station furniture and stuff like that mainly. So we're going to be taking a look on this route. Now I have changed a few things with this route when I downloaded it. I noticed there was no ambient audio, so I've put that back in. It looked like it'd been stripped out for whatever reason. Daft in my opinion, because the route was just, there's no noise at all. It was just lifeless. So that's been put back in, and I've fixed the bridge, which I'll note out later on. It's a bridge that's triggered me since the dawn of time when the original AP version came out. But that is literally all I've changed. We're going to be running one of the included scenarios as well, which I can't remember which one it is, but I'll tell you in a second. Let's get this thing on pause, let's get set up, and let's get on the way. So, cab itself isn't really any different from the 745, obviously they're the same family of stock, so there's not really anything different as such. I'm going to lie and tell you that if I knew if there was any changes, I wouldn't have a clue. So let's get that one out of the way. But I have had a little practice to sort of refresh myself, because I've not driven the actual 745 for a very long time, because there's just no scenarios for it, unfortunately. It just dried up really quick. That's not to say the stock's bad or anything like that, it's just that there's no appropriate AI bits and pieces to run alongside. Thankfully though, we've got this version of Wherry Lines now. It makes it modern. You can do the modern stock, you can do the modern runs. In my opinion, a lot more useful currently. Now let's get this thing turned on. So it's a little bit different in terms of the keybind. So you need to put the key in first of all. Now that is Shift and W. No, it's not. It's Control and W. The key is in. Now we need to listen out for the AWS self test. That comes on between 5 to 15 seconds. That, here we go. Cancel that with Q.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Operational. Right, next up is to get the train started and fired up, because currently the engine is off. You can't hear anything. Now, this is what actually caught me out. I thought the thing had broken. There was no audio. And it was really, really weird, because obviously there was no ambient audio in the route. That's the other thing that sort of caught my eye on that one. I thought, it's really, really quiet. Is my game broken? Has something gone wrong with the installation? But it turned out the engine was off, but the ambient audio just didn't help that matter. So you can hear the seagulls now. Much more lower softy. It actually is the correct ambient files. The AP actually made a load for the route between the specific areas, so I've replaced them all. So they actually sound correctly again. Also, just noticed that there's a bit of a weird glitch with the destinations. You turn the camera. These things happen. It's end of the day, nothing's perfect. Even to be fair, ATS said this themselves in stream. Nothing comes perfect. At the end of the day, there will be things. So I'm not going to say, oh, that's bad. It happens. We don't stuff at JT. It happens. These things get fixed. So I'm going to get back in the cab. So now we need to press OK on button 6. Now we need to put our ID. It's any number, 5 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enter. So we now press login on button 1, and that is that. So we can turn the lights on if we want. I'm going to try and remember how to do this. I think they're actually on. Yeah, they are. So if you actually press, I think that's half light on 4. There we go. So it's not so bright now. It's a bit dim. We'll go with that. You probably want full at night time. that would be off. Button 1 is the pantograph, currently down. Obviously, under the wide you press and it'll go up. Right, we're going to go. Button 6 doesn't anything. Back home. So we need to put the engine on. So press 4. It's come to life. That is the power pack. That is where it lives, all the engine. But you can actually walk through it in real life. Really cool units. I remember I've travelled on them briefly between Sheringham and the next station down, whichever one that is on the Bitten line. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, they're really nice. I've been to Chrome as well on them. But, it's cool that you can actually walk through here on them and you can actually hear the engine. They're pretty beefy, to be honest. They are really, really nice. Really comfortable as well, actually. It's just a really smart unit. I'm glad to finally have this one in. The 745 for me was nice, it just didn't, for me, I couldn't do much with it, so I didn't really get the use out of it. I'm going to use this a lot more. Now, we're not going to be on time by any stretch of the imagination here, because I'm going to be showing stuff off. So, that is on, so that's all done. We've taken the... Have we? I think. Take them off. I think we took it off, can't remember. I can't quite remember if that's on or off. We'll soon find out in a second. Right, that's that. I'm going to put the DRA off. I'm going to set the speedometer. There'll be a proper name for this. I can't remember what it is, but we'll go through the manual a bit anyway. So you need to set this so it's a rocker handle. Done with R and F. So R is to back down to like 1 mile an hour. Plus is on F, and you just get it to where you need to be, and then you press Control F, and it sets it basically. Now, there's a little bit of a difference here. I actually noticed on here. Oh, it's doing it now. Actually, it does flash. Yeah. So it's flashing. That's telling you basically you need to activate it by pressing Control F. So when you press that, it pushes it down. It actually sets it. Right, let's do GSMR. That's the next thing. So on this one, we are 2. No, we're not. 2J, not T. 2J71 with a signal of 414. Do that. Pretty simple. It's GSMR. It's no different than an AP one or the one with the Blade 5, etc. That's done. So next up, we need to do the announcements. Now, it comes with a plugin. Right, so that's the plugin, and you can find that in the plugins and announce folder. It's called Flirt plugin or something like that. Highlight over there. So that's that. So next thing we're going to do is actually set this thing up. So press PIS. That's that. And then it's the grayed out button in the top right. You need to press that, and if it's been set up correctly in a scenario, it'll tell you what you need to press. So the PIS head code for this is 8J01. Confirm the head code. So that's what we're doing. That is our calling pattern. Now we need to then do the journey adjust menu. It took me a while to get my head around this. But then you press N, MNO, where we're going. We're going to Norwich, so we need to pick Norwich, click it, and confirm destination. So that's that. Go back now. So go there. Hopefully, we open the doors with T and U. Should have some destinations called out.
Welcome to this service for Norwich. We will be calling at Alton Broad North, Somerleyton, Haddiscoe, Weedham, Cantley, Brundle, and Norwich.
There we go. That all works. That's simple when you've had a little practice. So you can see we've got Norwich now up on the front. good. I think we're good to go, to be honest, because we are running late. So close the doors a little bit different. You have to press I rather than like you would with the normal stuff like you used to like with an R. But that's because of the rocker handle for the cruise control and stuff. So you press I, or if you wanted to, you can actually press the button on the cab. So close doors there. Press I. Right, so we should be good to go. The other bits as well as they put all the GSMR stuff on it. Look. Excellent stuff. I like this. To be fair, this sounds pretty decent.
Welcome to this
In the,
service
in what I've heard.
Norwich. We will be calling at Alton Broad North, Somerleyton, Haddiscoe, Weedham, Cantley, Brundall, and Norwich. The
Oh.
next stop will be Alton Broad North.
Alton Broad North. It only says Alton Broad on that though. I would have expected to say Alton Broad North. So that's telling us what the next station is. It's advice is telling us that we can now do 55. So we need to set the speed set lever and cancel that thing. So F again. Good flange sound. And we don't have to like confirm it again, it knows. We're just going. But when you get to 55 it'll tell you to cruise. Good track joint sounds as well. I do like them. I'm getting kidnapped because we're actually approaching Alton Broad North. Braking a little bit, you've got to sort of gauge it really because they're quite good brakes. Takes a minute to come off as well. You'd say stop. So I practiced this earlier and I actually went through the station slightly, so I need to just put the right amount on and not go through. Make sure you stop at the stop board. Oh, we're well in. Oh, it flashes. They flashed then. They shot on the timer. There you are, the flashing on the flash red. Wow. Steps don't go until you actually close the doors fully. So bits and pieces on the route obviously have been changed. So there's new posters and stuff like that for Greater Anglia. There's new bits. I think the shelter's new. The back shelter's new. Not sure if the station signage is new. Potentially because it's got the red line underneath there, so potentially it could be new. I spotted this speedboat, so it's been used as a platform ornament with some flowers growing out of it. It's quite cool. Other things I've noticed, I think the TPWS ramps are new. And I think, if I remember correctly, I feel like I saw Max Mortimer was showing some stuff like this off recently. These look new. I also think the AWS ramps are new as well. Not seen a model like that before. They look quite nice. They're decent. Other stuff like the fencing stuff like that's new. Obviously, I think new platform lofts eventually as well. New textures on the platforms. New stuff with level crossings, I believe, as well. Like these with the pedestrian stuff on there and new fencing. These are new. Little junction box thing, relays. Other than that, though, there's not actually been a massive amount of change in terms of the buildings. It'd be nice to see like the roads updated because they're just gash. And obviously some of these are really old-looking buildings. It would be nice to have a bit of a refreshment around sort of the station areas and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's been bundled in with the pack, so it's not to be sniffed at. Right, I think we should go. That goes in. Off we go. There's no audio on cars. Other stuff obviously new, like I think these little like junction box thing. I'm not sure about any new signal boxes or anything like that, but this box is still in the actual route. It's the signal stuff as well that's changed. So all the modern signals like these here with the new sort of like heads that sort of come over, quite cool. And obviously put some more brash down. Simulator next, so you can see now it's changed to simulating. Another cool feature is the it counts how many miles and change you've done. So we've done 1 mile 60 change at the minute, 2 miles now. It tells us we're free car as well, and again it's advising us for 60 miles per hour. What you see, there's something to do with toilets in there. Well, I don't think you can play with the screen while you're driving. Good audio on the old blind there as well, I like that. I'm generally quite happy with the audio. It's nice. And when you open the window, you hear the wind rushing against the window, which is quite cool. Shut it a little bit, it goes quieter. Not bad. So, the price. We'll talk about the price first of all. Let me bring that one up. Let's get that out of the way. So the pricing is an interesting one. So there's various options here. So first of all, I'll go for the 755. So if you don't own the 745, first of all, it is £37.99. This is a non-sub price, so if you're not a subscriber, it's £37.99, as was the 745 when it came out. If you're a subscriber, it's £29.99. If you do own the 745, the non-sub price is £27.99, which is the price I got it for. If you're a subscriber, you get it for £19.99, so you're saving a fair hefty price there. It's almost half price, really. Maybe it is half price, I don't know. It's cheap, to be fair. Now, it's vice versa again for the 745, it's the same structure. Now there's also a bundle. Now if you don't have a subscription, it is £63.32 for the bundle. If you're a subscriber, it's £50. So it's £25 a piece. Look at it that way. But you got to have it's a subscription on top of there. So if you've already got the subscription, not so bad. But if you're going out and buying the subscription on top of it, bear in mind there's going to be an extra cost there just to get that cheapness. But there is options, which is quite nice. Now, when you purchase, put it in your basket, it doesn't show the actual discount price until you actually go to the checkout. Do bear in mind if you're worrying, oh my god, it's not appearing, my discount's not there. It is there. It will show. Right. Simulating. Coming up. I feel like they've done some work with the foliage on the sides there as well. I feel like the foliage has actually been updated from what AP did. It looks nicer. The trees were already there. I don't think they've done anything work with that tree-wise because it's already using the trees that were already in the game from when AP updated them. It's from getting used to these brakes. A nice sort of hissing sound when you release the brake. Something I would like to have seen is these things ditched for some proper station buildings. If they were to really sort of set themselves from the crowd, a bit of extra in the station building department, I think we would have gone amiss. Just to get rid of them awful eyesores. I know there's obviously done bits and pieces like some, I think some new shelters and stuff like that, did I? Lamps and stuff like that. Obviously all the signs like these stop boards and DSMR boards. Cool looking signal. Another cool little thing is this down here. So this actually tells you when the brakes are applied and coming off. So a minute, red's on. We go off and put some power down. Changes to green. I think if we just put the hand like the parking brake on it, the other one will go red.
Welcome to this service for Norwich. We will be calling at Haddiscoe, Weedham, Cantley, Brundall and Norwich. The next stop will be Haddiscoe.
A nice screenshot here. Someone's in a really awkward position. Excellent, that's bloody boxes. There we go, sorted it. Potential screenshot. Headed down the Great Eastern Main Line and the Wherry Lines is the Class 755. These have been running intercity and regional services since 2019. The Stadler Class 755 Flirt are bi-mode multiple unit passenger trains. They are built by Stadler and form part of the Flirt family. Class 755 is built for Greater Anglia for use on their regional and intercity services. After construction between 2018 and 2020 in Switzerland, they entered it on service in the 8th of January 2020. Alan Thomson Simulation and ANDGames are very proud to present the Class 755 Train Simulator Classic. These have been designed and built to be study-level additions to the simulator and offer the best immersion possible. The build process was assisted and supervised by real-life drivers who drive the units in reality and have done everything possible to recreate them as true to life as we can. This comes together as a whole package with many never before seen features that provides a new study level of immersion for players wanting to experience a staple of the East and modern traction at its best within Train Simulator. Features include passenger information system with the working of announcements, quick drive compatible, automatic rain sensing wipers that react to the levels of rain, automatic warning system and isolation, train protection and warning systems TPWS V4 including isolation and self-test, GSOR radio, driver's vigilance and isolation, driver's reminder appliance and isolation, automatic speed limiter, which is the ASL. Cold and warm starts available. Working automatic selective door operation or ASDO. I bet I could have probably used it actually. I bet I could have locked that door out. But how you do that? I think it's on here somewhere. Presume if the doors. Yeah. Let me have a look at that. I'm gonna have a little go at it. I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah, I've no idea. I'd have to read up on that one. Yeah, I'd have to look into that. That's something for the manual. The Alan Thomson Simulation Class 755 features a fully implemented and functional train control and management system.
Welcome to this service for Norwich. We will be calling at Weedham. The next stop will be Weedham.
I seem to be reading all the stations out. So yeah, it comes with the TCMS. The system controls the majority of the functions for the Class 755, and these are fully functional within the limits of the train simulator. Functionalities include pantograph raise and lower, engine start and stop, internal saloon doors open and close, parking brakes, TCMS alerts, cab HVAC temperature, upper and lower HVAC speeds, overhead line supply configuration, pneumatic brake system configuration, train configuration, frontal lighting markers lights configuration, interior lighting configuration, WC information and configuration, window and footwell heating configuration, heating, ventilation and air conditioning configuration, TCMS mode configuration, empty coaching stock ECS configuration, login and log out screens, train wash, speed mode and configuration, Diagnostics process values home screen. Power brake indicator. Driver advisory system. Passenger information system. ASDO, which is automatic selective door operations. On-train camera monitoring. Cold start configuration. And much more. How many configurations was that? And finally, the Class 755 features ATS announcement systems. When set up correctly in the scenario, this system requires no track markers or scenario scripting and works off the real-life paths provided in the actual included manuals. The system is also fully functional with quick drive, simply requiring the path and the route to be set. The system also edits the volumes and the announcements depending on where you are on the train. Experience the Wherry Lines modern route, included with the Class 755 Flirt. Step into a modern era of the UK rail with the Wherry Lines modern route. Included with the Class 755 Flirt, set in the late 2020s, this detailed route features the latest re-signalling upgrades and integration with the Class 755, including the ASDO, which is the automatic selected door operating stopping boards as well. Enjoy the upgraded station brought to life with the most recent furniture, signage and authentic colours, delivering the immersion and the realistic experience for the railway. Scenarios included, which are, in my opinion, quite lacking. There's only a very bare minimum usage on these. I understand it's to keep the requirements down, but there can't be that many requirements for this line. a bit of extra around Norwich wouldn't have got amiss, but I know why. And they like the community to provide the scenarios. Let that by the wind. You could probably have included some extra ones with the extra stock in there as well, and a lighter option, but never mind. The one we're doing is to Juliet 71, which is the 0948 Lowestoft to Norwich run. It's a 50-minute run. Set in 2024, we're on 755327 for this run. Also comes with another there's 4 scenarios. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 scenarios, ranging from 35 to 50 minutes maximum. Obviously, you require the AP Wherry Lines for this. So, optional is also the signal enhancement pack. Sky and Weather is also optional. From Steam, you need the EU and US asset pack. Great Eastern Main Line, Ipswich Academy, Liverpool Manchester, which is the Steam version, not the Chatmos. 5 Circle Line as well is also needed. Please note to run.
We are now approaching
Hang on.
Eden.
Thank you. Please note to run efficiently, we recommend that you currently can maintain a minimum of 20 FPS on any route you. Hang on. Please note to run efficiently, we recommend that you currently can maintain a minimum 20 FPS on any route you wish to use the Flirt on. Recommended system. So Windows 10 or Windows 11. Processor is Intel Core i3 6th Gen, dual core or AMD Ryzen quad core or better. 8GB of RAM, NVIDIA GTX 970 Ti, AMD Radeon R9, 20GB. DirectX 9. I'm not too sure if most of them specs are just basic core TS requirements, basically, on spec. Not too sure. Ooh, that's it. I might have to go with that. Yeah, this route without the ambient audio was just lifeless, so it's gone back in. Because, in my opinion, it does not kill FPS. If it's done properly, it doesn't kill FPS, and it's not been sporadically like spammed everywhere. It's just spaced out enough so that it flows. Also, please note, due to a test limitation, that we're currently unable to have the TCMS screens only showing one unit. Instead of all others attached. They're currently exploring options to sort that out. And that is that. when you download the pack, it gives you the manual and a scenarios creator manual as well. Do give them a read, especially if you're going to drive this thing. Go and have a read of that first. If you haven't done the 745, then definitely go and give it a read, because you'll have no idea what you're doing. It's a bit of a tricky one to get going at first, just to learn it. But once you get going, it's actually not that bad. Pretty simple. It's just the difference in the keybinds really that can catch you out. I mean, I've not played with half the stuff on this TMS yet. Various passage views as well. I sat up here actually when I came on these. It's a shame you can't stand in the power pack and hear the engine going. That would be a nice feature. I do wonder if the track was ever updated or anything when they actually did the real life upgrade. Or they just did signals. Because a lot of the track still has a lot of jointed track. I'm just wondering if they might have upgraded it. It's not been done on this, so maybe it hasn't. FPS wise seems to be doing pretty well. I mean, I'm getting 50 FPS at the minute. Very playable. Although it's a different story when you get onto the Great Eastern Mainline. I have no idea what it's like on that. Also, that's poor stopping, sorry. I'll have to take it on that route and see what it performs like. When some scenarios appear, that is. Now, I'm not sure if you get different camp. No, you don't. It's showing just random cameras, isn't it? I'm not sure if the announcements are a little bit buggy. WC details, so the status are okay. Fresh water in the tank. Sewage tank filled. I wonder if it actually goes up. I'm going to watch that. I wonder if it actually changes as you're going along. That suggests to me that it does, because there's 10% used. And the water's going down. If that changes as it's going along, that's pretty cool. The brakes coming down there, 30, 20, 19, 10, 7, and up we go. Right, we're going to monitor that toilet because I feel like that actually works.
Welcome to this service.
Toilet sim.
Norwich. We will be calling at Cantley, Brundle, and Norwich.
Announcements are
Next
working.
stop will be Cantley.
It peaks a little bit. Keep checking. I definitely think they've updated the grass on these fields. Obviously there's as well, there will be AI versions of these trains for your scenario creation needs. just obviously a little bit nicer on the on your performance. It's Cantley, the sugar factory, and I think it's sugar factory. Strange going down the street. There's no semaphores. Used to semaphores. What are your thoughts, guys? Are you liking what you see? Can't say it's a bad pack, can you? It's nice. You can tell there's been a lot of effort put into it. As controversial as it probably is with a lot of people. But I like it, personally. I'm not just saying that. I do like it. I think the Flirts themselves in real life are lovely units as well, and to have it, the diesel version of the game now is nice. They are a bit pricey. I'm not gonna gloss that one over because they are quite chingy if you don't have the sub. But at the end of the day, that's the way it goes. If you don't have that perk, you have to pay full price. If you want to drive it, you pay full price. I did have a sub at the time when I got the 745. I got that for I think around £30. So I already had that, thankfully. So I got the discount because I owned that, so it weren't so bad. Deal with that. Essentially for less than the cost of a takeaway. We went for a Thai takeaway over the weekend and that cost £32, so this is cheap and you get to keep it forever. Ooh, them belts again. There'd be a knack to come to these platforms correctly because I feel like I'm coming in a bit too slow. But for the best part, we are stopping on the mark, so can't be doing too bad.
Welcome to this service for Norwich. The next stop will be Brundle.
Brundle. We're not stopping at Brundle Gardens, I don't think. No, we're not. But yeah, I do recommend it. If you like the Wherry Lines and you like modern era stuff, you like modern traction, and you have an interest in this sort of thing, I do fully recommend it, to be honest with you. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not disappointed with it.
Welcome to this service for Norwich. We will be calling at Brundle and Norwich. The next stop will be Brundle.
I hate them pop-ups, by the way. I despise them pop-ups that come up when you're not in the cab. I'd rather them be in the top right corner like you have. I think from like AP does them. That big obnoxious pop-up in the middle of the screen does my head in. That is one of the things I wish would be done away with. I just feel like it gets in the way. I'd rather be in the right corner. I like that it's telling you. I sort of don't like that, to be honest with you. I don't mind that it doesn't beep when you're outside the cab. But yeah, I think in the top right would be better. Not so in your way. I'll tell you what, this actually seems to run better than the bloody AP version of 2.0. Doesn't seem to stutter as much. God knows what they've done to make it run better. But it works, runs well. Bit Buckingham. Cool, CCTV cameras up. Tell you what, I think they've actually pretty much nailed them track joint sounds. They're very good. Some of the nicest track joint sounds I've heard in a TS, even against TSW. I think it's some of the best I've heard. Very solid, and the flange sounds. Also, just note as well, you get various. Oh no, what's the toilet update? That hasn't changed. Maybe I'm just hoping. You get various views in it. Oh. There's loads of camera views. Well, I mean, I'd like to have had that one in the power pack. There's all them in the cab. The extra ones in the passenger side would be nice. There's a line that comes in from Acle and Great Yarmouth. One of the other ways. There's two ways, obviously. You can come from Yarmouth across through Burnley Arms, and also that one. I'll tell you what though, it's been a good while since I've actually been excited for a TS Classic release. For a unit anyway.
To this service for Norwich, the next stop will be
It's very good. Really good. Not really found any issues with it either. There's like nothing disappearing as such bar than destinations. There's not really any anything really wrong with it. I mean, the model itself, a lot of it obviously would have been from the scene from the 745, so hopefully a lot of the model stuff would have been sorted anyway by now, but these sound like a couple. Very nice. Very, very good. I mean, these things have been coming for a long time, haven't they? I mean, we obviously got the 745 eventually. It's a shame they didn't come together, but obviously it was a lot of work on top to do the diesel version, so I can understand. We got there. We got it anyway. We're finally there with it. Don't like that building. Come to my favourite bridge soon. I like what's new. Yeah, that's definitely new. CCTV cameras maybe new as well? Potentially. It literally is that building that's the only thing that lets it down. It'd be nice to see some different cars in there as well. Get rid of the old Cuju. Cuju not! So we've done 17 miles and 60 chains.
Welcome to this service for Norwich. We will be calling at Norwich. The next stop will be Norwich.
Get the foot down. Right grunt on these things. It's looking lovely. Tell us to slow down here as well. There we go. Now coast. Thinks I was going to go like speed over there, but we wasn't. Cool, I do like that. Oh, it knows. If it knows we're slowing down too much, it's telling us obviously to speed back up to 60. Run the garden. Ooh, that's new. Don't recall them being like AP one. That's nice. The 20 drops for locos. We can keep going at speed. Right, we're coming up to my favourite bridge in the whole route since the dawn of time when the Wherry Lines first come out. This bridge was an absolute eyesore. It had an awful, horrible bridge top and an also accompanying awful filler block along the side. So the first thing I did today when I downloaded this route was upgrade it. So we've now got TS Academy bridge top and concrete fillers. It looks miles better. That bridge was one of the pinnacles of like my hatred. When I saw Alan driving it earlier, I saw that bridge, I thought, oh my god, it's still there. So that was the first thing that had to be changed for my pleasure. I can sleep easy now knowing that things changed. I did change a couple of other bridges at the top end as well, just going over the river near Norwich that were really, really horrible, old, stretched, textured assets. Something a bit more nicer. Just stuff that was already included. I haven't changed any extra requirements or anything. I'll just use what's there. They're just TS Academy bits. Some of the other things I'd like to have seen. So I mentioned houses earlier. Some of the other things I would like to have seen maybe updated, because the ATS Common Library is in this. Like they've got loads of assets in there, like buildings and stuff now. It would have been nice to see some like warehouses updated as well. Some of the old Kuju stuff ripped out and just updated to be a newer standard. I feel like some of the stuff on that side of things just has been forgotten about. This is the other bridge I was talking about. I've updated these. They've got a new top. Still got the old struts underneath it. So yeah, just this sort of stuff over here. These ancient things. It'd just be nice to see some fresh bits in there. They just stand out even more. It generally is nice. It's got a nice feel to it. Definitely been some visual stuff changed on the foliage. I'm sure of that. I don't know if there's a change log for this route. I don't think anything's included in the manual as such. Oh, Norwich is coming, and this puts me through to my final. I'm quite shocked really that they haven't used the OHLE pack. Fair enough, it's a small stretch, so maybe that's why they haven't done it, to include that pack for a very minuscule bit. But it shocks me that it hasn't been used. Even if they had some extra bits and just include them in this route, specific pieces, and the Crown Point, that depot you can't drive through. It's blocked partway through. Oh, that ran over. I think. Maybe the football ground that's missing as well. That's probably the only other ramp. But otherwise, yeah. But those are the things I'd like to have maybe seen a bit further, like improvement on. But the trackside stuff that's been done is nice. All the extra bits of furniture and obviously the signal changing.
We are now approaching Norwich, where this train terminates.
I don't know how long's been spent on this or anything like that on the route side of things.
Something that doesn't look right.
It is an added extra bonus.
Or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
But the unit itself is really, really nice. It's a joy to drive. Very, very nice. It's been a pleasure to drive it and show it on this video. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you're still with us, thanks for staying with us for the full pretty much hour. Don't forget you can like, share and subscribe and hit your notification bell for future videos. You can catch it on Twitch normally on a Monday and Friday, unless the occasional change happens like it has done recently. Twitch.tv/trainsim_TV. We will be live after the same day this video goes out, so this video will go on Tuesday. We'll be out on Tuesday night. We are doing City, the subway sim thing, the new one. Subway Sim 2, I think it's called. That's good. Also, oh, the track's changed. They've took the crossover out. Half the crossover's left. That's cool. I hope that's meant to be like that. The wires are still there. I better put some brakes up, then I'll go through the buffers. Any feedback for the video? Do put it in the chat. Anything you've seen or I haven't seen, do put it in the chat. Maybe ATS might see the video and also take stuff on board. I'm just gonna show you one more thing. You can open the doors. I can find the click point. Where is it? There it is. You have to do it on two sort of like two goes. Handle down, then door. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. We will be back with this again very soon. But until next time, take care and bye for now.
This train